Hey everyone, welcome back. I know your exams are just around the corner and things can get a bit tense, right? Don't you worry one bit. I've got your back. Today, we're tackling a super important chapter, Lifelines of our nation. And I promise, we'll make it so simple you'll remember everything. So, let's just dive straight in. Just think about it for a second. You're chilling at home, you pull out your phone, maybe order some biryani from Zomato, or you see a cool pair of sneakers on Amazon and you tap buy. And boom, like magic, it shows up at your door, sometimes even the very next day. Ever stop to wonder how that's even possible? Well, that's exactly what this chapter is about. It's all thanks to this amazing, invisible web of transport and communication that we're going to untangle today. All right, so here's our game plan for today. Super simple. First, we'll get the big picture of why transport is so important. Then we'll hit the roads, railways, and pipelines on land. After that, we'll sail through the waterways, fly high with air travel, and finally, we'll wrap up with how we all stay connected through communication. Easy peasy, right? Let's go.
So first things first, why this fancy name, Lifelines? Well, think of our country, our Bharat, as a huge living person. What keeps a person alive? The blood vessels, right? The arteries and veins that carry blood to every single part. That's exactly what transport and communication do for India. They are the blood vessels, carrying people, goods, food, everything, and even our thoughts and ideas to every nook and corner. Without them, the country just wouldn't work.
Okay, take a look at this. This little chart is basically the whole chapter in a nutshell. It's so simple. You've got your three main ways to get around: land, water, and air. On land, you've got roads, trains, and even pipelines. For water, it's either inside the country, like on rivers, or on the big oceans. And for air, you can fly within India or go international. Just keep this picture in your head, and the rest of the chapter will be a piece of cake. All right, let's get rolling with the first big one, land transport. This is what we see and use every single day, right? Whether you're walking to your friend's house, taking the school bus, or hopping on a train, it is literally the backbone of how India moves. Whoa, just look at that number, 62.16 lakh kilometers. Can you even imagine how long that is? It's huge. And get this makes India's road network the second largest in the entire world. Now, this is a fact you absolutely have to remember for your one more questions. Star mark this one. Okay, so where does that massive number come from? Let's break it down. You've got national highways. These are the big daddies connecting major cities like Delhi to Mumbai. They're handled by the central government. Then you have state highways, which connect the important places within a state. And then look at that biggest slice of the pie, other roads. These are the roads that connect all our villages and towns. That's where the real network is. Now this is super important. The Golden Quadrilateral. It's a massive superhighway project that connects our four huge metro cities, Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, and Kolkata. Just imagine a giant mala or a garland thrown over the map of India connecting these 4 points. It's been a total game changer. Because of this, travel time and distance have come down like anything. A truck carrying apples from Himachal can reach Chennai so much faster. It's amazing for business and for all of us.
And then we have the real heroes of road building, the BRO or Border Roads Organization. And yeah, you can call them the bros who build roads in the most difficult places you can imagine, high up in the Himalayas, in our border areas. And you know what? I'm pretty sure you've seen those mind-blowing drone shots of the Atal Tunnel on Instagram or YouTube Shorts. Guess who built it? Yup, our very own BRO. It's the world's longest highway tunnel, an absolute modern marvel.
Okay, time to switch tracks from roads to railways. And speaking of tracks, here's a classic exam question for you. This one pops up all the time, so listen carefully. For 3 marks, can you name and briefly describe the 3 types of railway gauges we have in India? Think about it. Ready? Let's see the perfect answer. Okay, here's how you score full marks on that question. Point number 1, broad gauge. The distance between the rails is 1.676 meters. This is the main one. Most of our railway lines are broad gauge. Point number 2, meter gauge. Super easy to remember. The distance is exactly 1 meter. And point number 3, narrow gauge. This is the smallest one. You'll find these mostly in hilly areas, for those adorable toy trains like the one in Shimla or Darjeeling. Write these 3 points, and you're golden. But, railways aren't just about moving from point A to B. They're about connecting hearts, connecting cultures. Even Mahatma Gandhi said that the Indian railways brought people from all over the country together. Imagine someone from Punjab meeting someone from Tamil Nadu for the first time on a train. This mixing of people was actually super important for our freedom struggle. And here's a little GK tidbit for you. The very first train journey in India happened way back in 1853. It was a tiny trip, just 34 kilometers from Bombay to Thane. But wow, that small journey was the start of something absolutely revolutionary for India.
Okay, we're done with land. Now, let's set sail into the world of waterways. And here is the #1 point you need to remember for your exam. Listen close. Waterways are the cheapest, I repeat, the cheapest mode of transport. This makes them perfect for carrying really heavy, bulky stuff like coal or cement. Plus, they're much better for the environment. Win-win.
So, water transport is pretty simple. There are two types. First, you have inland waterways. This is transport inside the country, using our big rivers like the Ganga and Brahmaputra. Then you have oceanic waterways. This is for international trade, using our massive coastline, over 7,500 kilometers long, to connect with the rest of the world. So, inland is for inside, oceanic is for outside. Simple. And here's a perfect example. National Waterway number 3 in Kerala. I'm sure many of you have seen those gorgeous pictures of the Kerala backwaters, right? The KLs with the houseboats. Well, they're not just for beautiful holiday pictures or those exciting boat races. They're actually a super important transport system for the people who live there every single day.
Okay, so we went from the cheapest mode. Now let's jump to the fastest one. We're flying high with air travel. And honestly, for a country as vast and varied as ours, with huge mountains and long distances, flying is nothing short of a blessing. It shrinks the whole country, letting you go from one end to the other in just a few hours.
Our flying stories started way back in 1911 with just one small plane, carrying mail. But the real action started after independence. And today, the most exciting thing happening is the UDAN scheme. UDAN stands for Udedishka Am Nagrik. It means the common citizen of the country flies. And that's exactly what it's doing, making flights cheaper so that even smaller towns get connected and more people can afford to fly.
And finally, we've arrived at the last but perhaps most magical lifeline, the one that lets us travel at the speed of light without even taking a single step. We're talking about communication. It's how we send our thoughts, ideas, news, and gossip to each other in an instant, whether it's a WhatsApp message, a video call, or just watching the cricket match on TV.
And just like transport, this is also super easy to break down. There are just two types. You have personal communication, that's one-to-one, and then you have mass communication, that's one-to-many. That's it.
So what's the difference? Well, personal communication is when you're video calling your friend or sending them a DM on Instagram. It's just between you two. Mass communication is when you watch a movie on Netflix or listen to the radio or read the news online. One message is going out to lakhs, even crores of people at the exact same time.
And what powers all this modern magic? Are satellites floating way up there in space. We have two main kinds you should know about. First, there's INSAT. This is the guy that helps with your TV channels, your phone calls, and tells you if it's going to rain tomorrow. Then there's IRS. Think of IRS as India's powerful camera in space. It takes pictures of the Earth to help us protect our forests, find water, and most importantly, it warns us about big disasters like cyclones, saving so many lives. So, there you have it. You see, all these things we talked about, the roads, the railways, the ships, the planes, and all this communication, they aren't just separate things. They all work together like a giant, complex machine to keep our incredible country alive, connected, and always moving forward. That's why they are, without a doubt, the true lifelines of our nation.
And just before we finish, here's a little something to think about. We've seen the lifelines of today, but what about the future? Can you imagine a day when your pizza gets delivered by a drone? Or when you can travel from Delhi to Mumbai in a super fast Hyperloop in under an hour? How will that change India? Just food for thought. All right, that's it from me. I really hope this made the chapter easier for you. Study well, don't take too much stress, and you are going to do fantastically in your exams. All the very best.